Have you ever tried to improve your life, but no matter how motivated you were, you couldn't stay consistent? You set the routine, you plan the goals, you start strong, and then your energy drops, your mind resists, and everything starts to fall off. What most high achieving, successful women don't realize is this: real change doesn't start with discipline. It starts with the nervous system. Because if your nervous system is stuck in survival mode, your body will resist change, even the kind you want. Many high achieving women also struggle with nervous system dysregulation, which makes it hard to relax, stay consistent, or sustain growth because your system is still operating in survival mode. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 4 principles of nervous system regulation that change how you approach growth so that you can stop fighting yourself and actually sustain the life you're building. So, most personal development advice focuses on behavior, telling you to work harder, wake up earlier, push through resistance. But your nervous system doesn't operate on motivation, it operates on safety. If your body doesn't feel safe, it will automatically move into survival responses: fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. And those responses then shape your behavior in ways that can feel confusing if you don't understand what's happening. That's why understanding the principles of nervous system regulation can change everything. Let's walk through the 4 principles that matter most. The first principle is simple, but incredibly powerful. Safety comes before change. Most people try to create change by applying pressure. They push themselves harder, they increase their expectations, they tell themselves to just be more disciplined. But when the nervous system senses pressure without safety, it interprets that pressure as threat. And when the body feels threatened, it moves into survival responses. Your brain stops focusing on growth and instead it focuses on protection. Protection of energy, protection of emotional stability, protection of what feels familiar. This is why so many people experience resistance when they try to improve their lives. Their nervous system doesn't yet feel safe with the new level of responsibility, visibility, or expansion. So instead of supporting the change, the body quietly resists it. True transformation begins when the nervous system experiences safety first, because safety allows the brain to move out of survival mode and into growth mode. The second principle is capacity before productivity. This is something high achieving women struggle with deeply because productivity is often rewarded. You're praised for being responsible, reliable, and efficient. So when things start feeling overwhelming, the instinct is to push even harder. But the nervous system doesn't expand through pressure, it expands through capacity. Capacity is your nervous system's ability to handle stimulation, stress, responsibility, and opportunity without becoming overwhelmed. And when your capacity is low, even positive experiences can feel stressful, like that promotion you've been waiting for, a big opportunity, more income, more visibility. All of those things increase the amount of stimulation your nervous system must process. If your system hasn't built the capacity to hold that level of expansion, it will naturally try to bring you back to a familiar range, which means simplifying your life and its circumstances. This is why people sometimes sabotage opportunities right when life starts improving. Their nervous system hasn't yet learned how to hold that level of expansion. So, real growth happens when you increase your capacity first, so that your system can actually sustain what you're building. The third principle is regulation before discipline. Discipline is often celebrated as the solution to everything. If you're struggling with consistency, people say you need more discipline. If you're feeling overwhelmed, they say you need stronger habits. But discipline is incredibly difficult to maintain when the nervous system is dysregulated. When the body is in survival mode, your brain shifts into threat management. It becomes more reactive, impulsive, and focused on immediate relief. This is why people often abandon routines when they feel stressed. It becomes hard, it becomes heavy. Their nervous system is prioritizing regulation over performance. It's trying to reduce the stress load. When your nervous system becomes more regulated, though, something interesting happens. Discipline becomes easier, focus improves, and consistency increases. And now it's not because you're forcing it and forcing yourself, but because your nervous system has finally established the stability required to support sustained effort. Regulation creates the foundation that discipline depends on. The fourth principle is consistency before intensity. Many people try to change their life with intensity. They start a strict routine, they push themselves extremely hard, they attempt massive changes all at once, they create random New Year's resolutions, and for a short period of time, this might actually work. But intensity often overwhelms the nervous system. When change happens too quickly, the body interprets that shift as instability. And when the nervous system senses instability, it attempts to return to what's familiar. This is why so many people start strong but struggle to maintain their progress. Their nervous system cannot sustain the intensity. Real nervous system change happens through consistency. Small experiences of safety repeated over time, small expansions of capacity, and small moments of regulation, not huge changes in one period. Those repeated experiences slowly teach the nervous system a new baseline. And over time, the body begins to trust that growth, that it's safe. Here's the part most people never explain, though. Your nervous system operates like a prediction system. Its job is to anticipate what will keep you safe. So it builds patterns based on your past experiences. If your nervous system spent years adapting to pressure, handling responsibility, managing stress, then constant activation may have become your baseline. Your body may have just learned that being alert, productive, and responsible keeps you safe. And that pattern may have helped you become successful. But the nervous system doesn't automatically update those rules when your life changes. So even when things improve, your body may still operate from survival responses. That's why nervous system regulation becomes the foundation for sustainable growth. Because once your nervous system learns how to feel safe with expansion, everything else becomes easier. And this is incredibly important to understand. There is nothing wrong with you. You're not lazy. You don't lack discipline. Your nervous system simply learned survival patterns that were useful at one point in your life. But those patterns do not have to define your future because the nervous system is capable of learning new patterns, patterns of safety, patterns of regulation, patterns that allow success to feel stable instead of stressful. When your nervous system becomes more regulated, your entire experience of life begins to change. Your mind becomes quieter. Your energy becomes more sustainable. You can pursue meaningful goals without feeling constantly overwhelmed. You can expand your life without your body interpreting that expansion as danger. Success no longer requires your nervous system to stay in survival mode. Instead, growth begins to feel spacious, grounded, and sustainable. If this conversation resonates with you, I created a free guide that explains practical strategies for helping you begin healing from survival patterns. Inside the guide, I break down what's happening inside your body along with simple practices and journal prompts that help you begin shifting those patterns. You can download it for free below. This year, I'm on a mission to help 1,000 high achieving women exit survival mode and raise their capacity ceiling. So, if you feel like your life keeps expanding, but your nervous system struggles to hold that expansion, this guide will help you understand why. And if you want to continue exploring how nervous system regulation influences identity, manifestation, and the life you're able to hold, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Because once your nervous system learns how to regulate expansion, the life that once felt overwhelming becomes something you can actually sustain. And that's when everything begins to change. I'll see you next time.